Okay, so Loki, I just spent like 20 minutes yapping to something that didn't even record, so um I'm Loki. Like what the hell PowerPoint? But anyways, we need to talk about Heated Rivalry, and I have been talking about Heated Rivalry since like I watched it 2 weeks ago, and I watched it in like one day. So bear with me here. Um, hello. Can we not? And just like a disclaimer, Heated Rivalry is very much up my alley. Like I love queer shows and I love queer stories. I prefer I prefer queer romances over straight romances because I just feel like they're more well developed. And my favorite show is literally Arcane because the world building was immaculate. The character development, everyone has like so much depth, and everyone changed over the course of 2 seasons. And the overall plot of Arcane was like amazing. Um, and also, main ship was lesbian. Like, really can't ask for much better than that. And I do not consume enough. I do not consume enough anime slash manga, manhwa, whatever, um, to consider myself a weeb yet. But I do consume anime and manga. Just like I'm really new to like this whole thing, and I'm making this video because my friends are low-key sick of me talking about it, and there's only so much I can talk to about like my friends with, um, without spoiling it for them, and like some of them won't even watch it. Um, I will never be leaving this mass psychosis. Like I literally cannot stop thinking about them. All of my music, it's like all of them, and then I see like the colors everywhere. It's actually cooking me. Um, and I've seen like way too many cross fandom edits of them with other fandoms that I'm in, like Young Worlds, Red, White, and Royal Blue, Arcane, Heartstopper, and I'm trying to think of more, but I couldn't like at the moment of writing this. Um, and so why it's good, a basic overview. We're going to talk about the stuff that other people have talked about, that everyone's talking about, and the stuff that I don't really see talked about, but I feel like should be. So the yearning and the angst, the fact that I can just talk about it like forever, and there's always more stuff to talk about. The fandom itself is a great community, the fanfiction and the fan stuff, and lastly the side characters like in the show. Do not ask me why the order is this way. It is just how it works. So obviously we're going to start off with the yearning and angst because, um, like all peak queer shows and stories, there is so much angst and there's so much yearning, and I think that is what a lot of straight romances are missing. But that's just like a me opinion. Everyone's talking about Shane's bottom eyes, but like, let's talk about Ilya's yearning eyes. Let's talk about his love eye. Let's talk about the way he literally looks at Shane like he created the universe. Um, Bro literally worships him, would literally kiss the ground he walks on. Like, are you guys not seeing this? Like, why are you guys not talking about this? So yeah, here are some images with it. I am talking about it, and I will be talking about it, and I will forever, ever, ever be here. Yeah. Um, 9 year situationship, Loki crazy, and Svetlana Loki clocking Ilya, and Rose Loki clocking Shane. Um, Love my queens, but I will talk about them more later. And a special shout out to Kip and Scott because I feel like in heated rivalry videos they don't get talked about a lot. Uh, but they are literally so important to the development of Holinov. Like there literally would be no cottage without Skip, and their ship name is literally Skip. Like you cannot tell me that is the most adorable thing ever. And they communicated. Like I was actually shook when Scott was like, "I really want you to stay." Like after the first night too, and I was like, "Oh my god, we're having improvement. We are communicating. This is a W for communication." Oh my god, I actually started like tweaking. I was like, I was so ready for them to like add to the angst and to make me feel like, oh my god, all of my ships are angsty and none of them want to talk. But they talked, and I have never been prouder of any ship. And they're so cute, and they are so important to the plot, to the story, and they are such good characters. And the way they met is it's just so adorable. I love it. Yeah. Um, I love them. Their dynamic is also really cute. And shout out to Kip getting a full scholarship. Like, that is literally king behavior. Shout out to Scott Hunter, being Scott Hunter and winning that Stanley Cup. That changed everyone's lives. And next, I'm going to talk about the fact that I can talk about this so much, and the fandom is great. So the fandom is really freaky. That's kind of self-explanatory. The show is freaky. Hudson Williams is my king. Hashtag never get media trained. Hashtag stay as you are, bro. You are perfect. Hudson Williams, literally so shameless, bro. Literally, like, I think it might have been a Teen Vogue interview, or I don't know. It was an interview, and then bro literally explained like, no, I did not arch my back in that scene. That was just me putting my leg up, like, okay, bro, clock it. And everyone in this fandom is just so open about everything, and it's like we don't hold back from each other, and I think that is so brilliant. um yeah, and it's not really the fact that I don't see it anywhere else. It's I just find it like so great. And the show itself is so well done. Like, it every time I watch like a video like yapping about it, being like, hey, do you guys notice this, or just being like, so this scene was low-key life-changing because this and that, and just people yapping about it. And I've watched so many videos of people straight up like saying like absolutely nothing and just straight glazing the show. Like, I love that, and I love that everyone in the fandom can be so open about it. And um I've watched so many analyses of like the show and comparisons to the books, and being like, la la la, this is different. And I started listening to the audiobook, Tell Me Why Ilya Has a Beard, and Ilya is a brunette with hazel eyes and is like 6 inches taller than Shane. What? Anyway, this is just confuzzling my show brain. But anyways, that's something else. And most of the people in this fandom are in the other fandoms that I'm in as well, which is low-key great. Like I mentioned, the cross fandom edits are peak, and yeah, like, it just feels like I'm interacting with this fandom as well as interacting with all my other fandoms, and it's just so brilliant. And the next part that I really wanted to talk about, I wanted this to be the main focus of the video, but obviously I couldn't talk about this without talking about everything else, so I talked about everything else, and now I'm talking about this. So, fanfiction. The fan part of like every fandom is like the best, and before you're like, girl, what? I don't mean just the people like talking about it. I mean the people making fan edits, fanfics, fan art, everything. Like, literally making diagrams, being like this was foreshadowed in this season, in like this episode, in this scene, because of this and that. Like, I love all of like these like stupid analysis, taking like these like smallest things and being like, this is significant because of like the Victorian era. I don't know. So, but like, I just wanted to emphasize like the fan fiction. So we have 12k figs in Heated Rivalry TV, like the TV show's fandom, which is pretty great considering the fact that it came out in like November, like the end of November too. So it's been like less than 3 months. No, it's been 3 months at this point. I keep forgetting it's February, but anyways, 3 months, 12k figs. 12 divided by 3 is 4, so that's like 4k figs a month. If we keep going at this rate, and if the main ships keep being like similar ones, we are ending up in the top 10 AO3 ships next year, guys. Trust, we will be up there. But anyways, 13k figs in Holonov's tag. And before you're like, girl, how? Keep in mind that Heated Rivalry was based off of a book series, so obviously we have holonaufics from the books and holonaufics from the show. All of them so good. Concepts elite, writing elite, everything. It's great. But something we do need to address is the 160ish works in my faves. Roselana tag, only 160ish. Like, I was actually shook. Guys, we need to work on this because I ain't seeing any other popular Willow pairing in this fandom. Like, I don't really see one. So we are gonna have to step up our game. We gotta even if we can't like fully match Holonov's like, I guess, writing rate, whatever, we can at least write more, you know? Like, 160 is not a lot. Like, this is AO3, guys. unleash your inner freak. Um, K-pop demon hunters literally have like their straight ships have more works than our gay ships. Like guys, we really need to step up our game. And no hate to K-pop demon hunters. It's just that like in my opinion, it could never rival like the peak heated rivalry is. And fanfiction has low-key been my outlet since my friends are low-key sick of hearing me talk, and low-key I need something to fuel my obsession. So obviously reading about it is like low-key my savior. And the second part of this is the fact that um, I'm giving you recommendations. So basically, these are some of the best of what I read, and obviously I couldn't put every fic that I read on here because PowerPoint was actually tweaking, so that's kind of cooked. So these are just like the favorites of my favorites, and I promise I will maybe add more in the comments later when I read more, but these are ones that I've seen super hyped and I personally loved as well. So starting off strong with the Hit Post series, it's 15.3k words total. I don't know if the author's adding more, but there's currently like 6 works in it, I think, and they're all considering it's like 15k. I think that's 2 to 3k per work, so it's not that much. Journalism style, so the story is told through like news outlets, tweets, stuff like that, and it's mainly focused on Holinov and like random Holinov scandals, and it's looking so funny. Um, and I adore the writing style, and I love how kind of experimental it is, and I've never really seen a fic written like that before, so that was really refreshing. And I really love the characterization and how the author managed to portray each of their personalities without like any direct characterization. And like for example, like Ilya in like the entirety of the series didn't really say much, but the stuff that he reposted, like like it's so him. Like I couldn't imagine it any other way. And Competition is Better with a Friend, also a series, but um it's a series with like that one fic that's called I'm Reading Your Lips, You're Speaking My Language, and it's an AU where Shane speaks Russian and he learned Russian. And instead of starting off as rivals, they started off as friends. So it's like friends to lovers kind of thing, but they still don't communicate. But anyways, mainly focused on Holinov. I'm not sure if Roselana is hinted at. Maybe, I don't know. I would need to reread. Pretty chill read. And yeah, I loved it. Like I'm a sucker for slow burns, so I would have loved if like all of these were like slower burn. But obviously, not everything can be slow burn, and that's what they did. And the series itself was already a slow enough burn. So this fic, great. They'd Hyphenate is a one shot where they're married and they have each other's last names and they just tease each other about each other's last names. And this one is like, I think 2,000 words ish. It was my first Holonoff fic, and Loki made me remember that fanfiction was a thing. Um, so yeah, so basically in this fic, the whole thing is just Ilya calling Shane Rosanov and Shane calling Ilya Hollander. So it's Loki so funny. And if you want a short read, then that's perfect. The next one is Let Me Ruin You, and before you're like you raise your eyebrow and you're like, Megan, what are you reading? Um, Stick with me on this one. It's really well written. Just ignoring the name and ignoring the connotations of the name, and it is like marketed as like no, not marketed, and it's tagged as like a dark romance, but it's not super dark. It's just like they have kind of unhealthy coping mechanisms, but they don't break laws as far as I've read. So yeah, and it's currently a work in progress. 8 chapters, 37k words right now, which is low-key insane. The Russian mafia is in there, and Shane is a doctor, emergency medical technician. He is a trauma surgeon, I'm pretty sure. And then Ilya's like, oh my god. Like one time Ilya gets like injured, he's like, oh my god, this like really cute doctor. Like I'm just gonna get myself injured just to see him again. Yeah, and Svetlana is in this one. She is my goat, my queen. I love her. Um, Next one is a really short one shot called Slide Time, 1.5k. Loving the concept, and the author is so nice. Uh, yeah, this one has Roselana and Holinov, so that I love that too. And Roselana, I think, are engaged in this one, so love my girls. Anyways, Bubble Wrap Me Baby, 3.6k one shot, an Ilya character study. Um, this one was basically like the author, like in the notes, they were like, Loki, this was just me projecting onto Ilya and kind of how my experience like in my 20s being like, Loki, why was teenage me so depressed? And kind of realizing that all these little things that you're suddenly scared of because you could die, you're like, damn, this is what normal people feel like. So yeah, that was it was really it was really well written in my opinion. And then the last one I have to recommend right now is Svetlana Vetrova's, I know I butchered her name, Shadows in the Sunshine, 3.6K one shot. It's part of a multi-work series. The other works are also really good if you want to check them out. But the other two are mainly focused on Hollanov. This one is mainly on Svetlana, kind of her life and her opinions, and she mentions Hollanov obviously, and then there's also roselana development in it. This is really good because it has both of my ships, and I really like the way it was written because this one, Svetlana was a Tumblr girl, and this is in the format of her running a Tumblr blog. Really good. And lastly, I want to talk about the side characters because they're so good. Like, oh my god, I could talk about them all day. And I was actually not gonna put any bullet points, but then I was like, low key, I might forget what I'm gonna say if I don't have bullet points because I don't have a script. This is just pure yap. So these are a bunch of images. I don't care if you don't like how they're formatted. I don't like how they're formatted, but I need their images there. So Svetlana is my queen, my goat, my everything. I love her so much. The way she immediately clocked Ilya, the way she was like, you know he's gorgeous, you know he plays good, and she was like, I hope Jane knows how lucky he is. Like after hearing that line, I actually had to walk around my room like 10 times. I was actually gonna cry, and I was actually losing my mind. Um, yeah, and Rose, obviously my queen. I love how she didn't push Shane to share anything that he didn't want to, and she was like super open about it, and she she didn't hold it against him, and she handled the whole like breakup in such like a mature way that I've never seen like anything. I have never seen like that kind of scene like done before. So that was obviously refreshing, and I love just her as a person. Her intro, love her, bro. Like Shane Hollander, 8 years old, paint me a picture. Okay, bro. Like tell me you want to have a deep conversation with me without saying that you want a deep conversation with me. Like I love you, bro. Um, and also special shout out to Kip's best friend Elena. um the way he would literally turn and be like, was that flirting? And she was like, obviously, like split second reaction, obviously, like, and you can see her in the back of like Skip like meeting scenes and being like, um this is feeling really gay. uh Obviously love her so much, bro, and like her makeup is peak, like all of their makeup is like always peak. And honorary mention, you should watch Heated Rivalry because of the actors. um Hudson Williams short films peak if you need something to watch after Heated Rivalry and Loki. You want to try short films. Hudson Williams, like his repertoire is low-key insane. Like he has comedy, he has crime, he has sci-fi, he has like realistic fiction, and it's so good. My favorite ones that I highly recommend right now are Over the Edge, Super Support 2, and Peace of Mind. Super Support 2 is just like, it's so stupid and it's so chaotic, but it's so funny. Over the Edge, I love how angsty they made it in less than 10 minutes. Great. Peace of Mind, such a great, like, it was so, like, you could tell it was so well planned and so well executed. And yeah, like I've watched only 14 of his films right now. I will come back to you when I've watched all of them, but they are low-key so good. Connor Story's Digital Footprint 2, his YouTube from 13 years ago when he was 12, I think. Also, Connor Story is 1 year older than Hudson Williams. That is something I learned from my research for this slideshow. But anyways, Connor Story's YouTube from 13 years ago, his 12-year-old self is so funny, bro. Like the video I have here, like things I don't understand. Um, the way he was literally like, he started off strong with Firework by Katy Perry. He was literally like, "Do you ever feel like a plastic bag?" Like, no, never. Like, if you feel like a plastic bag, I feel like this should be something that you're taking up in therapy. Um, and yeah, he's just so funny, immaculate, love it. And the comments in all of these videos, great, like peak. And I will be watching Yellow Jackets now because Rose's actress, I think Sophie something, I think she's in Yellow Jackets, and Yellow Jackets has been a show on my to watch list since like forever. So I will be watching that soon. Um, I will let you guys know if like when. And and more honorary mentions to Canada. The Prime Minister photo. Like, imagine being in a show so peak that the Prime Minister watches and is like, hey, let's do a goofy pose together. Like, the Prime Minister of Canada is a fan of Heated Rivalry. So if you're not a fan of Heated Rivalry, if you're not a fan, then what are you doing with your life? What the hell? Canada Fleece. We are getting that soon. I am so excited. I hope I won't go bankrupt because of it. Um, Yada yada yada. Their Golden Globe fits. Lucky 8. Their Golden Globe um, announcing thing. I don't know what it's called. 8. Like, hi mothers, hi daughters. Like, Connor, my baby. Hashtag Stop Asian Hate. Petition to get Connor on a Calvin Klein ad. I think these are both from the same interview. If you know which one I'm talking about, you know which one I talked about. You can link it, talk about it in the comments. I low-key forgot which one it was, but I remember thinking it was like the funniest thing. And that wraps up my entire presentation. So please, if this 20-minute video did not convince you to watch Heated Rivalry, watch Heated Rivalry. If you did watch Heated Rivalry, just know that you are in the right fandom. It is the peakest thing on earth. And if you want to consume more of it, read some fan fiction, watch some edits. I don't know, maybe make your own Canada Fleece sweater. I don't know. This whole fandom is brilliant. It's great, and we have successfully stopped Asian hate. It thanks to Hudson Williams, and yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.